Hello everyone, my name is Bratati Rano and I teach life science for class 5 to 10. Please stay with me for the next few minutes to understand how I teach. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's get into the topic. Today our topic is cell structure and functions. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. The study of cells is called cell biology. The word cell comes from the Latin word cella, which means small room. English physicist Robert Hooke coined the term in 1665 after observing a thin slice of cork under a microscope and noticing the box-like structures that made up the cork. Hooke named the structure cell. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life that can replicate independently and often called the building blocks of life. Cells are visible only under microscope. We can see cells through our naked eye. Now come to the discovery of cells. Cells were first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. He observed the cells in a cork slice with the help of primitive microscope. Leeuwenhoek in 1674 with the improved microscope discovered the free living cells in the pond water for the first time. It was Robert Brown in 1831 who discovered the nucleus in the cell. Purkinje in 1839 coined the term protoplasm for the fluid substance of the cell. Now come to the cell theory. Cell theory was proposed by two biologists, Sladen and Schwann. Sladen in 1838 and Schwann in 1839. The cell theory was further expanded by Virchow in 1855. Principles of cell theories are: first one is all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. One cell in unicellular organism and more cells in multicellular organism. Number 2, cells are the basic unit of life. Number 3, all cells come from pre-existing cells. Now we discuss the characteristics of cells. Cells provide structure and support to the body of an organism. The cell interior is organized into different individual organelles surrounded by a separate membrane. The nucleus holds genetic information necessary for reproduction and cell growth. Every cell has one nucleus and membrane-bound organelles in the cytoplasm. In this picture, you can see the two cells. First one is plant cell and second one is animal cell. Now the question arises, what are the difference between animal cell and plant cell? So, plant cell is larger and has a fixed regular rectangular shape, and animal cell is irregular shape and it's sometimes round in shape. The cell wall is present in plant cell and in animal cell there is no cell wall. Mitochondria are present fewer in numbers in the plant cell and in the animal cell mitochondria present in much more number. Plastids are present in plant cell and absent in animal cell. Centrosomes are absent in plant cell and centrosomes are present in animal cells. One large central vacuole is present in the plant cell and in the animal cell there are small vacuoles are present. Centromeres are present in animal cell but absent in plant cell. Now we discuss cytoplasm and cell organelles. The cytoplasm is the fluid content inside the plasma membrane. It is also contains many specialized cell organelles. Each of these organelles perform a specific function for the cell. Some important examples of cell organelles are nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apertures, lysosomes, mitochondria, plastids, and vacuole. But here in this video, we will discuss only the nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, and mitochondria. Now we discuss about nucleus. A nucleus is defined as a double-membraned eukaryotic cell organelle that contains the genetic material. Its structure consists of the following important parts. Here in this picture, you can see the structure of nucleus, nucleolus, nucleoplasm, chromatin material, endoplasm reticulum, and nucleopore. Okay, now come to the first point, the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane, it is the aspect of the nucleus that differentiates eukaryotic cell from the prokaryotic cell. In this picture, you can see the prokaryotic cell and this one is the eukaryotic cell. Furthermore, it is the structure of double layers. It contains the phospholipids. And number 2 is nucleoplasm. It is a type of protoplasm. It consists of enzyme, organic molecules and dissolved salts. Moreover, it acts as an cushion to protect the nucleus and chromosomes. Also, it helps in maintain its shape. Third one is nucleopore. It allows substance to move in and out of the nucleus. Fourth one is nucleolus. This is the most important part. It is the dense structure whose primary function is to produce and assemble the cell's ribosome. Now come to the function of nucleus. Nucleus performs many important functions such as nucleus helps in maintaining the security of the genes. It controls the functions of the cell by regulating gene expression. It controls the heredity traits of the organism. It stores DNA strands and proteins. The nucleus is the site for RNA transcription. It governs gene expression and also facilitates DNA replication. It also contains the synthesis of enzyme. The nucleus contains chromosomes which are visible as rod-shaped structures only when the cell is about to divide. Chromosomes contain information for inheritance of characteristics from parents to the next generation in the form of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acids. Chromosomes are composed of DNA and protein. DNA molecules contain the information necessary for constructing and organizing cells. Functional segments of DNA are called genes. In a cell which is not dividing, this DNA is present at a part of chromatin material. Chromatin material is visible as an elongated mass of thread-like structures. Whenever the cell is about to divide, the chromatin material gets organized into chromosomes. Chromosomes, the thread-like structure that contain genes and help with inheritance, it's called chromosomes. In some organisms like bacteria, the nuclear region of the cell may be poorly defined due to the absence of nuclear membrane. Such an undefined nuclear region containing only nucleic acid is called nucleoid. Such organisms whose cell lack a nuclear membrane are called prokaryotes. Pro means primitive and karyot means nucleus. Organisms with cells having a nuclear membrane are called eukaryotes. Now we discuss about mitochondria. Mitochondria are membrane-bound organelles present in the cytoplasm of all eukaryotic cells that produce adenosine triphosphate ATP, the main energy molecule used by the cell. Popularly known as the powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria are a double membrane-bound organelles found in most eukaryotic organisms. They are found inside the cytoplasm and essentially function as the cell's digestive system. They play a major role in breaking down nutrition and generating energy-rich molecules for the cell. Many of the biochemical reactions involved in cellular respiration take place within the mitochondria. The term mitochondria is derived from the Greek words mitos and chondrion, which means thread and granule-like respectively. It was first described by German pathologist named Richard Altman in the year 1890. The mitochondria is a double membrane rod-shaped structure found in both plants and animals. Its size ranges from 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. The structure comprises an outer membrane, an inner membrane, and a gel-like material called matrix. The outer membrane and the inner membrane are made up of proteins and phospholipid layers separated by the intermembrane space. The outer membrane covers the surface of the mitochondria and has a large number of special proteins known as porins. Now come to the cyst. The inner membrane of mitochondria is rather complex in structure. It has many folds that form a layer structure called cyst, and this helps in increasing the surface area inside the organelle. The cyst and the proteins of the inner membrane aid to the production of ATP molecule. The inner mitochondrial membrane is strictly permeable only to oxygen and ATP molecules. A number of chemical reactions takes place within the inner membrane of mitochondria. Now come to the mitochondrial matrix. The mitochondrial matrix is a viscous fluid that contains a mixture of enzymes and proteins. It also comprises ribosomes, inorganic ions, mitochondrial DNA, nucleotide cofactors, and organic molecules. The enzymes present in the matrix play an important role in synthesis of ATP molecules. Now come to the function of mitochondria. The most important function of mitochondria is to produce energy through the process of oxidative phosphorylation. It also involved in the following process: regulates the metabolic activity of the cell, promotes the cell growth of new cells and cell multiplication, helps in detoxifying ammonia in the liver cells, plays an important role in apoptosis or programmed cell death, responsible for building certain parts of the blood and various hormones like testosterone and estrogens. It also involves in various cellular activities like cellular differentiation, cell signaling, cell sensation, and controlling the cell cycle, and also in the cell growth. Now come to the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a complex network of tubular membranes exclusively present in the cytoplasm of the eukaryotic cells. The structure of endoplasmic reticulum is shaped like a sac. Since ER is of two types, each has its own distinguishing features. First one is rough endoplasmic reticulum and second one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Here in this picture you can see the rough endoplasmic reticulum that contains the ribosome, and this is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it lacks the ribosomes. The rough endoplasmic reticulum is connected flattened sac having several ribosomes on the outer surface, hence its name the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It synthesizes and secretes protein in the liver, hormones and other substances in the gland. Rough ER is prominent in cells where protein synthesis happens. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, on the other hand, does not have ribosome. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum has a tubular form. It participates in the production of phospholipids, the chief lipids, in the cell membrane and are essential for the process of metabolism. Smooth ER transport the products of the rough ER to other cellular organelles, especially to the Golgi apertures. Functions of smooth endoplasmic reticulums are: it is synthesis the essential lipids such as phospholipids and cholesterol. Smooth ER is also responsible for the production and secretion of steroid hormones. It is responsible for the metabolism of carbohydrates. smooth ER store and release calcium ions. These are quite important for the nervous system and muscular system. Rough endoplasmic reticulum's functions are the majority of function of rough endoplasmic reticulum associated with the protein synthesis. The rough ER also plays a vital role in protein folding, also ensure quality control of the protein. The second most important function after protein synthesis and protein folding is protein sorting. Then what we learned today? Today we have learned the definition of cell, discovery of cell, cell theory, characteristics of cell, animal cell and plant cell difference, and prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cells, structure and function of nucleus, structure and function of mitochondria, and structure and function of the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, thank you.